So we've heard three disparate communities in addition to what we heard last time of showing things that possible things that we as a community can do to be more attractive to other members of that community. I want to thank everyone for giving us a presentation. What I want to do now is share the slideshow again. So now what we're gonna break into is the brainstorm. I see that we've got 38 people, so I'm thinking we should have 4 brainstorm groups led by what we have: Paul, Wilvina, Angel, and Scott. And so what we're gonna do in the breakouts are 3 tasks. The first task for 20 minutes, we're gonna build on the conversation of what opportunities are we missing to make NA more attractive. Now, this is not a conversation here, it's really a brainstorm. Give us your ideas for audiences we can target, communities we're missing, where we can both straight and gay, LGBT people who can work towards making NA more attractive. And so what we're really looking for is what opportunities are we missing. So each group will take 20 minutes for that. The second task, we're then going to prioritize those lists and come up with 2, which should take a few minutes. And then the third task of the brainstorms is for each of the 2 priority opportunities, come up with tools and or strategies that can be used for reaching the community in these situations. So to talk a little more about it, and so before we get into it, let's just share some ground rules here. Each group, if you don't have one already, will choose a secretary. The secretary will then type ideas into the screen, share a document using words of the idea maker, and the secretary will be numbering these ideas so that when we prioritize, we can work with the numbers. Participants will be raising hands to share ideas, and you may want to choose someone to watch the raised hands. Facilitator keeps discussion moving and watches the time and makes sure everyone is heard. And what we're really seeking for are ideas. Discussion of the ideas, except to hear an explanation of them, really should be minimized. We want everyone to give us their ideas for how we can do this. And here are some examples. We've already heard some of these. Informed professionals in the treatment industry, virtual opportunities with list of meetings, isolated LGBTQ addicts who have no other recovering community. We're also finding, for example, situations where homosexuality is being frowned on by society. And these are some of the opportunities that we were talking about. The second task will be to prioritize and choose the top 2. Each person can say their 5 ideas, and then facilitator will then read through them, identify the 2 that gets votes. And by the way, you all have these slides. The facilitator has the slides, and you can go back to these. And then for each of the top 2 opportunities, identify tools and strategies that we can use to reach LGBTQ addicts in these situations. And one example, for example, is isolated LGBTQ+ addicts who have no others in their recovering community. A tool we could use are like videos or audios, recordings of members dealing with this issue. And a strategy could be to make recordings of LGBTQ+ members and post them on a public site. I mean, that's the kind of thing that we'd like to see of your 2 top priorities. And then once we get to the next steps, large group discussion, we can then process some of these and go forward on this.